It's knee-friendly cardio endurance for women of a certain age. There's no jumping and no equipment. Let's go! All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving, and that means that we are getting started with some arm circles with high knees. Oh my goodness, I love that first arm circle, always, every single time. It relaxes my shoulders and lets me know that we are about to have a fantastic workout. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body. And I think that one of the best ways to make peace with your body is to simply give it what it needs. You know what? If you can't do squats and lunges, don't like to do squats and lunges, shouldn't do squats and lunges, then don't have a great workout without them and without having to modify whatever it is that I'm doing on screen. You guys, today is knee friendly, absolutely no jumping, absolutely no squats and no lunges of any kind, but oh yeah, there's going to be plenty of sweat. Today is meant to be a nice moderate workout, but because we are working on cardio endurance, what that means, I don't know if you know it, but what that means is that there's no breaks. We're going to go. When the timer goes, we go until we are completely done with the workout. And in fact, speaking of the timer, I've got it set for 20-second intervals, which means that today is going to have a lot of work for your brain as well as your body. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. There will be quick transitions, short intervals, lots and lots of exercises. It's not a no repeat, like not by any stretch. In fact, what we're going to do is I've got a bunch of mini circuits, meaning that I've got 3 exercises grouped together. We're going to do all 3 of them, and we're going to do the little mini circuit 3 times in a row. So, technically it's a repeating no repeat because we're just going to do it 3 times in a row, and then move on and never do it again. But it's kind of a lot of repeating for a no repeat, so I didn't want to call it that. They're just mini circuits. But what that means is that we're really on our toes, even without any jumping at all, because we're constantly thinking about what exercise comes next and where we are and what we're doing. This is going to be a great way to work out your brain and your body and get a fantastic sweat. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. My friends, this is what I do for a living, but this is also what I do because I simply love it. I am a cardio endurance kind of girl. Endurance is my jam. Cardio is my middle name. It's not. But cardio is the thing that I love. Cardio is why I learned how to exercise. If I had just started with straight up strength training, I probably wouldn't have stuck with it. When I started doing cardio and found cardio that I enjoyed, that worked well with my body, then I could stick with it, and that is actually how we get anywhere we want to go, my friends, by sticking with whatever it is that you love to do. And hopefully you at least enjoy a little bit of cardio, because that's what we've got today. Here's the thing, because there is enough repetition, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start with kick jacks, which is kind of what it sounds like. We're doing jumping jacks with absolutely no jumping. Our hands are doing jumping jacks, but our legs are doing kicking. Let's go ahead and get moving. There it is. So hands up, hands are doing jumping jacks, feet are kicking when it beeps, and it's going to pretty quickly, honestly. We're going to do push, push, crunch. Give yourself a little bit of space here. I'm just moving over to the side a little bit. Push, push, crunch reminds me of like a hula dance. We're going to push and push to the side, and then we're going to sweep our hands up overhead into an oblique crunch. So push, push, and swoop and crunch. Push, push, and swoop and crunch. I have been told that this is just a little bit out of beat, out of sync, out of whatever. I totally get that. It doesn't have like a nice 4/4 rhythm. When it beeps, we are going to be doing something dancing. Now we're going to be doing dancing X's. Hands wide, feet wide, crunching that elbow to that knee right in the middle. This is our mini circuit. So when it beeps again, we're coming right back to those kick jacks. Now I did try very hard, not very hard, kind of hard. I tried a little to make sure that we didn't have our hands up overhead. Here we go with kick jacks. For every single exercise, here's the thing about endurance. We are enduring this entire workout with no resting position. It means that we really have to think about our pace, our speed, our intensity. When it beeps, I'm scooting over here. We're doing those push, push, crunch for the second time. We're really thinking, here we go, push, push, and crunch, about not going out of the gate at full speed ahead. Now here's the thing, I'm demonstrating today at a pace that is moderate for me. I'm not trying to go crazy. When it beeps, we're doing those dancing X's again for the second time. But you could, if you wanted to, here we go with those dancing X's, you could absolutely make today a lot more intense if you'd like to, and if you need to, and if it's part of your program, and if you, well, if you have the endurance for it, is really what I'm trying to say. When it beeps again, we're doing those kick jacks for the third and final time. This is the last time through this little mini circuit. The thing about endurance is that you want to be able to endure the entire workout at more or less the exact same pace. It's why we start off kind of slow, because it's gonna get harder as we go, really no matter what. Even though the exercises aren't getting harder, here we go with push, push, and crunch, third and final time. What happens with a cardio endurance effort is that the longer you are doing anything, I mean truly anything, even something super, super, super gentle, when it beeps, we're doing dancing X's, your heart rate will come up simply from the act of enduring a long time of doing something. When it beeps, you guys, we're doing another mini circuit, starting with cans. What that is, it's a knee and a kick on one side and a knee and a kick on the other. You're welcome to get your hands involved as much or as little as you like. I'm going to keep mine kind of low, because the higher your hands are, the higher your heart rate is. So knee and kick. That was much more of a kick than here we go. Knee and kick. Much better this time. When it beeps, we're doing day breaks. That is going to have our hands up overhead. Hands are going to be kind of going overhead like a little bit of a rainbow. Your feet are just going to be doing some side to side tapping. I call them day breaks. There is a story behind this, because it reminds me, side to side tapping, hands up overhead. It reminds me of being a young child in the back seat of my Aunt Marty's little teeny tiny car, singing along at top volume to Barry Manilow's Daybreak song and doing the hand motions and having a great time. When it beeps, we're doing walking stars. We're going to step forward. So forward, forward, back, and back. Change leader foot, forward, forward, back, and back. You're picking an apple and you're putting it in your pocket. This was our mini circuit. So when it beeps again, we're coming back around to those cans for the second time. Awesome job. The thing that I was trying to do, here we go with cans, was make sure that you can mitigate, moderate, modify, well, hopefully not too much modifying, with no squats and no lunges, hopefully not too much modifying, but moderating as much or as little as you want to. Depending on where your fitness is, when it beeps again, we're doing those day breaks, you might need to go a lot slower than me. Totally okay. You might be capable of going faster than me. Don't feel like you need to. I mean, you never need to go a lot faster than me. When it beeps again, we're doing walking stars, unless today is a push day for you. You know your routine best. I will tell you that for women over 50, we really don't need to push every day like we used to. Here's our walking stars, forward, forward, back, and back. I'm not sure if I actually announced that out loud. This is our second time through this circuit. When it beeps again, coming back to those cans for the third and final time. But you guys, the thing, here we go, with a knee and a kick and a knee and a kick. The thing about endurance is that you need to have some understanding of your own body. Truly, this is one of those kind of pay attention to it sort of workouts in many ways. Here we go with day breaks. Hands overhead, swaying from side to side. Oh, I wish I could sing this song for you, but I don't want to incur any kind of copyright infractions. If you know the song, I know you're singing it right now in your head. When it beeps again, we're doing walking stars for the third and final time. And here we go, forward, forward, back, and back. It is such a happy memory. I had to tell you what, Barry Manilow just in general is a happy memory for me, but I'm going to tell you really quickly that coming up next, we're starting another mini circuit with twisting kicks, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to kick with our feet and we're going to twist into it. Oh my gosh, there we go, with our upper body. So your hands are just kind of here at shoulder height, doing as much or as little as you want. You could get your hands going higher if you'd like to. I'm not going to, but you absolutely could. Thinking about good core strength, thinking about pulling in your core. When it beeps, we're going to do half jacks, which is just what it sounds like. Half of a jumping jack on your left side, then half of a jumping jack on your right side. Back and forth at a speed that works. Having one hand up overhead at a time means that your heart rate is going up half at a time. When it beeps. We're doing skiers, hands going up and down in front of you while feet shuffle back and forth underneath you. This is our mini circuit, our third of, should I tell you how many mini circuits? Yes, because you have to endure this. There's 7 mini circuits today. This is our third. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks, doing as much or as little with your hands as you'd like to. Really thinking about standing up straight and tall. Twisting your torso means that you are engaging your abdominals, which are right in front, your 6-pack of abs, and your obliques, which help you twist. When it beeps again, we're doing half jacks. I like to do lots of twisting motions, honestly, because here we go with half jacks. It is such a functional movement, and I know that if you have any kind of lower back issues, that you might be really leery of any kind of twisting. When it beeps again, we're doing skiers. That is something to consider, something to think about for your own personal consideration when you do these exercises. Here we go with skiers, hands going up and down in front of you, feet shuffling back and forth. You are absolutely welcome to modify with any other kind of kicking motion that you like to if you'd rather not twist. The thing is, twisting is functional, meaning that it's good for you. In the same way, truly, here we go with twisting kicks, that anything is good for you right up until it injures you. This is the thing about both squats and lunges. They're actually really good for your knees until they're not. And the only way that they might not be, I mean, depending on what happened to your knees. When it beeps again, we're doing half jacks. It could be that it was your form that helped your knees kind of deteriorate. You could have all kinds of other issues with your knees, and you might just not like squatting or lunging, which is totally fine too. When it beeps again, we're doing skiers for the third and final time. But like any exercise, we're getting back to the twisting, like any exercise, you need to know where your form is, certainly, but you also need to know what your body likes and what it doesn't like. When it beeps again, we're doing middle skips, which is actually a whole lot like these skiers, because our hands are going to still be doing this up and down thing in front of you, but instead of shuffling your feet back and forth, you're going to bring up one high knee at a time. It's your opposite high knee with your opposite hand, just like you're skipping. Another childhood memory, except that this one's not quite as happy. I was not good at skipping. When it beeps, we're doing pretzel jacks. And what that means is that our hands are going to be doing jumping jacks, and our feet, one at a time, of course, is going to curve inside. So hands are doing jumping jacks. When you bring up your foot, one foot at a time, you're just bringing it on the inside as though you were making a bit of a pretzel with your legs. When it beeps again, we're doing butter churns. Once again, hands coming up and down in front of you. Your hands are going to stay together though, and they're going to come up and down in front of your torso while we kick one foot. Oh, darn it. I got these started wrong. And I was even thinking about it too. Good thing we have 3 times to go through. Here's my mnemonic device. When your hands are up, your feet are down. I'm doing it wrong right now. If you're following along, it's totally fine. There's no butter churn, believe. So when it beeps again, we're doing middle skips. There's a way that I like to do them, that I mean to do them, and I'm pretty sure that I get them wrong about half the time. So this will help you know that no matter what you're doing it right. When it beeps again, we're doing pretzel jacks. Hands are doing jumping jacks. One foot is twisting in towards your inner thigh at a time. Awesome job. Okay, I'm going to think about my mnemonic device right now. When your hands are up, your feet are down. When your hands are down, you're kicking one foot out to the side. It's supposed to look like you're churning butter, except also kind of, okay, so hands down. Here we go. Okay, like a hoe down. It's supposed to look like you're churning butter or doing like a hee-haw sort of a move here. And for whatever reason, I frequently get started wrong on this one. I will tell you though that as long as you are moving, you're doing great. That's the whole point of this workout. Here we go with these middle skips. Third and final time. There's really, unless you're getting injured, if you are injuring yourself, you've done it wrong. Everything else, oh my gosh, everything else. Use a chair, use a modification, do something entirely different. Do whatever works to get through and endure this workout. Here's our pretzel jacks for the third and final time. When it beeps again, gonna do those butter churns. I'm gonna think about it for a half a second. This is why it's work for our brain as well as our body. It's why I like to challenge us with these endurance workouts, you guys. You know, at our age, here we go. And down. Okay, at our age, and I don't like that saying, but I'm gonna say it anyways. At our age, it's really good to just practice things that are kind of tough, things that feel awkward. When it beeps again, we're doing cheerleader kicks. So our hands are gonna start at shoulder height and go up overhead with a little rah rah sis boom ba. As they go up, so your elbows are out wide, hands are cheering up, and your feet are kicking one at a time. When it beeps again, we're doing windmill tap backs. Hands and feet nice and wide. We're gonna reach down towards our opposite foot. We're not really trying to touch the foot nearly so much. As we are reaching down and having that other hand up. This is where some of that high heart rate, but low impact with no jumping, really comes in while we're thinking about having that one hand up while bending forward. Really brings your heart rate up, so you might slow this down a little bit if you need to. When it beeps again, low swinging tappers. Feet just tapping side to side. Your hands are actually going rather high, but they're not swinging up over your head, which is why I call them low swinging tappers. But when you're swinging, from side to side, you can really get them rocking and help yourself to it. When it beeps again, we're doing those cheerleader kicks. This is our mini circuit. So hands are wide, or rather elbows are wide. Hands are going up overhead while we're kicking, cheering for the team. Yay! Really feeling the work in my shoulders on this one, which is why I paired it with two other exercises that were a little bit lower with your hands. Windmill tap backs coming up next. Hands are wide, feet are wide, reaching down towards your opposite foot. This particular exercise, you could, if you like to lunge or squat, you could totally come down lower if you wanted to turn it into a curtsy lunge. I choose not to. I'm barely touching my knee, as you can see. When it beeps again, we're doing low swinging tappers. You're always welcome to make the moves as big or as not big as you'd like to. Every workout I've ever done is meant for you. It's meant for you to have a good time, to get what you need out of it. When it beeps again, we're doing those cheerleader kicks for the third and final time. Excellent job. Whee! This one cracks me up too. It reminds me of nothing. Believe me, I was never a cheerleader. Oh my gosh. If I was too uncoordinated to learn how to skip when I was a child, you can better believe I was not a cheerleader. Beeps again. We're doing windmill tap backs. I don't think I even harbored any dreams of being a cheerleader. I knew deep in my bones that I was not coordinated enough to do any such thing. I was very self-conscious when I was in high school. When it beeps again, we're doing low swinging tappers for the third and final time. So I couldn't picture myself in front of any kind of a crowd when I was that age. Now I can. When it beeps again, you guys, we are on our 6th mini circuit. We're going to do letter K's, which means that we're going to start with our hands up overhead. We're going to reach one hand down to the side towards its seam, kicking foot. On one side, your body is forming what looks rather loosely like the letter K, and on the other side, it is not. When it beeps again, we're doing wide open side kicks. So hands are still up, but they're not quite as high. Hands are going to be at chest height with your elbows still all the way out, and we're going to side kick while opening our hands. So your elbows are really holding back the entire time, really engaging your big back muscles while kicking out to the side. When it beeps again, we're going to plant our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart and do some punch, punch, kicks. And here we go. Punch, punch, and kick. Now here's the thing about the rhythm on this one. There is none. Help yourself to just punch with both hands, kick with one foot. I try to go back and forth with the leader hand kicking foot thing. Sometimes I'm super successful at this and sometimes I'm not. Don't worry about it. When it beeps again, we're doing letter K's. I know that sometimes, here we go with letter K's. I know that sometimes if you're trying to follow me exactly and I'm doing it wrong, that it throws off your rhythm, and I really do apologize for that. I hope you find your own rhythm with these exercises. When it beeps again, we're doing those wide open side kicks. So our feet are going to just basically keep doing this same thing while our hands change position. How was that for a smooth and seamless transition, you guys? It's like the best one I've done today. When it beeps again, doing those punch kicks. You know, if nothing else, I feel like I proved to you that you do not need to be punch, and kick. You do not need to be perfect. You don't even need to be close to perfect. You don't need to be athletic. You don't need to have been doing this your entire life. What you really, truly need to get fit is a sense of humor. If you can't laugh at yourself, feel free to laugh at me. It's just not that bad. Here we go with letter K's for the third and final time. I know, I'm a professional. I do this for a living, but I also know I'm not perfect. When it beeps again, doing those wide open side kicks. Let's see if I can do that transition again, where my elbows just kind of come down a little bit and hands start opening wide in front of me. Ah, look at that. And legs still doing that side kick. Excellent job, you guys. When it beeps again, we're doing those punch kick for the third and final time. You know, I told you at the beginning that this was a little bit repeaty for a no repeat. This really hasn't felt that bad. Punch and kick. Punch and kick. I think because the intervals are so short that we just don't have enough time to really think about it. When it beeps again, we're starting our final mini circuit. We're doing high hand oblique crunches. So hands are going to go up overhead. You're bringing your opposite elbow towards your opposite high knee. You're really trying to meet them in the middle. It's kind of a wide stance. Honestly, it's a lot like dancing X's because you're really thinking about twisting, trying to get your elbow towards the opposite outside of your knee so that you're really getting some good oblique work. When it beeps, we're doing rainbow jacks. Hands still up overhead, I know. Swinging from side to side like a rainbow while bringing up one knee on each side. It's our final, not final interval, it's our final circuit, and yeah, we've got hands up for two of them. Here's our last one. Punch down, switch foot. So we're punching down, thank goodness, while switching our feet, tapping one foot out, reaching basically towards your opposite knee, wherever you want to punch to, thinking about holding in your core so that your back is straight, your head is up, your chest is still out. When it beeps again, doing those high hand oblique crunches for our second time. Excellent job. Very nice. Moving your hands, moving your feet, moving your heart rate. As promised, you guys, I don't feel like I've gotten significantly faster with my pace, but my heart rate has definitely come up. When it beeps again, we're doing rainbow jacks, and that is exactly what happens with any kind, oh godly, here we go. So I was trying to think about cardiac drift, and I was trying to talk to you about endurance, and my brain and my body had a total disconnect on rainbow jacks, what in the world we would do. One high knee, hands going up overhead like a rainbow, one high knee out to the side at a time. Coming up next is those punch down switch foots. Good thing I've got a sense of humor, right? We are almost done though, you guys. This is the end of round 2 of our final mini circuit. So I only have to do that transition into rainbow jacks one more time. Coming up next, we're going to do the high hand oblique crunches for the third and final time. Excellent job. Thinking about pulling in your core, standing up straight and tall, not letting your form deteriorate here at the end, even though your heart rate has come up very nicely. Sweat rate has come up nicely. When it beeps, doing those rainbow jacks, hands are going to go side to side, up overhead, while one knee, here we go. All right. I managed it this time. And this is our final time with the rainbow jacks, so I never have to think about this again, or at least not today. When it beeps again, doing those punch down switch foots for the third and final time. And then, my friends, you will have endured this whole workout. When it beeps again, we are done. Oh, but we are definitely not finished. What are we going to do after a cardio endurance workout where we got our heart rate nice and sweaty, nice and fast? Oh yeah, we're going to do some balance work because why not? When it beeps, I'm going to stand on my left foot, going to do a front kick, back kick. It's exactly what it sounds like. Front kick and back kick. This is significantly slower than anything else we've done at all. We're thinking about excellent form. We're thinking about balance. When it beeps again, of course, we're going to do this exact same thing on the other side. And yes, of course, we're going to do this 3 times on each side. Here we go on the other side. This is the second side. I'm saying this out loud for myself. So this is the end of round 1. on my right leg. When I do my right leg for the third time, we will be finished. I'm just gonna think about it that way. You guys, it's always a workout for your brain, my brain, as well as your body. Here we go. First side, second time, whichever leg you wanted to stand on first. I like to stand on my left leg and get it over with. It's my allegedly less strong leg. And honestly, at this point, I've been practicing my balance for so many years that it's not great, but it is good. Much better than it used to be. Here we go. My right leg for the second time. I'm just going to use my counting fingers here. For the second time means that we've got one more time on each side. You are doing such a good job. I hope that you have enjoyed this cardio endurance. It's a different world. If you are used to doing, here we go. Third round, first side. If you are used to doing HIIT workouts where you go hard and then you rest and then you go hard and then you rest, cardio endurance, it's a very different world. We just go and we keep going and we figure out how to manage that going. Here it is, our third time on our, not third leg, on our only second leg, but this is it. The next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. Then we're going to cool it down. Really feeling good about our effort today. Feeling good about learning a little something, about enduring things. Let's go ahead and just do some tappers while we do some nice big arm circles. I know, it doesn't feel great to have your hands up overhead. After I was just telling you that every time you have your hands up over your head that your heart rate gets up, that is something to be aware of, even when we're doing this cool down stuff, that you really want to take it nice and slow to actually bring your heart rate back down. Now you guys, here on screen, I actually am going to have a really extended cool down for you. That one got very sweaty today. Even if you were taking it moderately, like I was, that was a good sweat. Make sure that you take the time, do something really nice for yourself and get a little bit extra stretch. Now let's go ahead and do some arm openers. And arm closers. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on your sweaty back. That got really sweaty today. I hope that you had as much fun as I did. I hope that it felt like a good workout for your brain as well as your body. Of course, I hope that you will take advantage of this slightly longer cool down to really do something lovely for yourself. And you know what? I hope that you will hit the subscribe button too. And I'll see you in the next video.